Welcome to another session of DC on the Wire. You know, the hot topic out here being spoke about all over the world in a certain type of culture, and that is the situation that happened at the Oscars. Will Smith putting hands on Chris Rock. You know, I got an episode that I put out yesterday, and this is going to go in another direction, or more or less touch on some points more in detail that I didn't speak on previously. Probably be about 10 minutes or so. And, you know, this session is dealing with Lady Macbeth, also known as Jada Smith, the Puppet Master. You know, Jada was insulted by Chris Rock's comedy. You know, a lot of people was being compassionate towards Will and saying, you know, he stood up for his wife, so forth and so on. And again, you know, when you look at it, if you view the tape, Will was actually laughing. Jada put the battery in his back, you know, and some people say he did it for her, but in all actuality, he did it for himself. He was attempting to be validated, his manhood, you know, because as I spoke on in the last episode, that Jada has demasculated Will. You know, come to find out, she is the one that was, you know, more open to this open relationship. You know, they seeing different people while they married, you know, while they so-called separated, you know, the entanglement situation, and a lot of other things that, whereas though people looking at Will as irresponsible, emotional. So Jada was insulted. She felt her emotions. Will took them on, and he failed to use logic. He stopped thinking, and he went up and embarrassed himself, shamed, you know, so many people by his action, attacking another so-called black man in front of the world. So Will, in the end, is responsible for his own actions, even though Jada is the puppet master. And I'm saying that because, you know, most people would tell you that women are emotional. Men supposed to bring the balance and bring the logic. Will didn't bring any logic. He took the emotions that Jada was feeling about her insecurity, or her feeling insulted by, you know, the remarks that Chris Rock made. So Will went up there, put hands on Chris Rock, and, you know, unacceptable actions by Will Smith. And, you know, sometimes people have presented that that's what a man supposed to do for his woman. But again, I'm telling y'all, this is more about Will's, his ego, his being validated as being a man. When a man is demasculated to the point that Will Smith has been, had to be in a abusive relationship with a woman that's possibly somewhat of a narcissistic woman, and be abused, knowing his wife is taking wood from this dude, that dude, and that dude, and this dude. And, you know, I can't blame it all on Jada, because, you know, when you review their agreement, you know, I talked to a couple of people, and they, you know, allegedly Will, he's on the wood. So if Will is on the wood, that would make a woman, or should make her, be like, you know what, he on the wood, I'm gonna get me some wood, whatever. But moving forward, we're going about the people talking about that, you know, he protecting her. And again, It was all about Will. You know, that's why he went up there, cried them crocodile tears, apologized to the European nations, um, practically begged to not be ostracized from, the future events at the Academy Award. But I think that's too late. See, Will didn't play chess. He was playing checkers. He didn't see the future that he was creating for himself from the quantum possibilities. He could have did a lot of things. And one of those things was to go up there and violate the space of Chris Rock, in front of the world. He could have made another decision, went up there, told him, man, don't talk about my wife, woo, woo, woo. He could have did it in so many different types of ways. He could have handled Chris Rock after the ceremony if he really wanted to put hands on him or he felt that strong about it. But he was spontaneously. Emotions, energy, emotion. And he did what he did, and they can't take it back. And I'm listening to some people. This he's never going to be able to live this down, in a sense. People going to talk about this for months, maybe even years to come. They're going to be making memes and jokes. They're already making jokes about Chris Rock. A lot of people think that Chris Rock was a sucker. They would have did this and this and this and that. All the time, I seen a little joke that Fat Joe put out there. Fat Joe said, back in the days, he probably, he would have crushed Will. But because he looked at what Chris did, he observed, he said, I would have did the same thing. Because now it's about paper. It's about, being a spectacle in front of the whole world, tarnishing your image, tarnishing everything you done worked so hard for. And this is what Will has done. It's a very unfortunate thing. But, when you are in a position of a puppet from a narcissistic individual that you have given control over your life, that's dictating you this way and that way because you're trying to please them instead of trying to please or come in harmony with that which is higher than yourself. So he took on her energy. He lost his logical state of mind. And a lot of things or manifested after that. We got Will supposed to be a grown man, and we got Chris, grown man. Could have talked it out. Could have, you reasoned it out, but reasoning was out of the picture. So now we got, the entanglement situation again. They're entangled. She entangled. He entangled. They entangled. Triangles and so forth. And, people talking about her, the love triangle that she has always been in, with Tupac, and I made mention of that. Will can't live up to that. That ain't the the mold that he was cut out of. So Will, a lot of people say he a good dude, nice dude, and all these types of things, and that may be true, but you know what? He lost himself. He lost himself, and became emotional fragile. And by him becoming emotional fragile, instead of standing on the square of life, standing on his own manhood and his own worth, he put everything in her pockets, in her court, and she dogging him like she been dogging him and going to continue to dog him. And I'm not the one to say about the marriage situation. They made this choice, but for surely when you make an analysis of this relationship, Will Smith is abused. He's a victim a lifestyle and ideology that is more Jada's, the Lady Macbeth of this situation. And excuse me, Will, I said it the last time, you will be Wilma until you redeem yourself. I don't know what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. Quantum Possibility says a lot of ways you could do it. See what I'm saying? But if you don't do it, you're going to be Wilma. You're going to be wearing that skirt. You're going to, you out there on the corner. You a hooker, man. You know what I'm saying? You out there, John, you a disgrace. A lot of people looked up to you. Now, after a few days going by, some of those people that was on your side, they're shifting and becoming more supportive of Chris Rock. You done elevated his career, and you done, practically destroyed and tarnished yours because you was an emotional wreck over a situation where you're dealing with a woman that is abusing you. And the only reason she abusing you, Will, Wilma, it's because you allow it. You made an agreement to let Jada abuse you, and that's why you still in there trying to make something work that's not going to work. You at the psychologist office, steady trying to put that circle in that square. You on your head, bro. See what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, that's my brief take on this particular perspective. And with me, anything I'm bringing to this table is just a point of view. I bring a message from the street. My whole thing is, man, but this is what I learned, going through Lawton. Men respect men. Will Smith, you disrespected Chris Rock, and in the process, you disrespected yourself, you disrespected your family, you disrespected those individuals out there and freaked out Hollywood. Yeah, I'm saying it, freaked out, and these people with these perverted mindsets, and a lot of those so-called black women, y'all on y'all head, y'all can't see past the force. Y'all always want to be the victims when the situations don't even call for you to be the victims. I'm not saying that y'all don't get a bad lick in life and certain things, but this time is your perspective is incorrect. Will Smith is absolutely 100% dead wrong for putting his hands on Chris Rock. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I bring you this message in love, and I leave you this message in peace. Peace, goodwill to all humanity.